today we're going to be doing a little mock-up of my soap dough recipe. Today I'll be doing 2 cold process soaps. This is the first one actually in here. I don't know if you can see that, but we have some red palm, some coconut, beef tallow, and soybean oil. And what I'm going to do with this is make an embed for a mystery Halloween or fall soap, if you will, that I'm making, and I'm very excited about it. So I can't wait to do a big reveal for you guys. I will be actually making that soap on camera. So I'm going to get my stick blender that I left on the kitchen table. Come back to my table, piece everything together so we can get this soap in on the road. I'm actually going to be splitting the colors of this up because of the particular design that I'm doing. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me. My iPad is jacked up, so I'm on my phone for a little while, guys, until I can get it fixed or either get me a camera. So everything is room temperature. It's still a little warm, but I can put my hand on it without, burning myself or anything like that. So we're just gonna burp this a little bit, and it's not much oils in here. It's just a pound of soap, and I can't remember when I've only soaped with a pound of soap. It had to be when I first started soaping, but at any rate, here we go. Lie in. And I'm just going to get this to emulsification so that we can split off our colors, pour it into the mold, and be done with this one. And then we'll move on to the next soap. So you can either skip past this part or you can just turn the TV down. And hopefully, since this is red palm, it just turned into like an orange color. If you can see that, I'll lift up my stick blender. Hopefully this will be able to take hold of the colorants that I'm going to use on it, because I do not want to waste time or product. Like, this soap is definitely my baby. It'll be by far the most creative that I have done in a very long time as far as soaping goes. So I'm just praying that it works. So I'm going to put this to the side. Pour off some of our soap mix in this container. It's a blue coconut oil container. I waste nothing. So in one container we have black pearl mica, and I left my spoon. And then the other container we have yellow vibrance mica, and they're both from Nurture Soap. I'll be right back. Okay, so, and no scent will be going into either bucket, not this one or the next one. These are simply just made for embeds. So, pull this off like that. And we don't need much of either. Put that in there. And the black. And then this last piece, we'll mix those up later. This last part right here is going to be a mix of pink. So right now I have pink vibrant, obviously from Nurture Soap. And then they sent me this little sample a while back, pink lemonade. So we're going to mix these two up and see exactly what we get. I'm going for like a cotton candy kind of feel. I don't do much cold process soaping, so how this soap will come out is going to be a surprise to both of us. Well, all of us. So let me just mix this up a little. Starting with the yellow. The lightest color first. I'm just hoping that that pink really takes, because if not, I'm going to cry. But the world isn't going to end. I might need a little bit more yellow vibrance in here. I'm scraping the bottom, but it still looks like the same hue that it was when it went in here. So maybe that might be a good thing. So, you know what? No, I'll just leave it. But yeah, I'm super excited for this soap. You guys have absolutely no idea like how I feel about this soap that I'm about to make, for the simple fact that it's like a childhood favorite of mine, and I don't want to reveal too much, so I'm not going to say too much. But yeah, so now I'm going to mix up the pink. And again, I might need more of this. But it's been such a long time since I was able to speak with you guys. Freaking stupid iPad kept jacking up everything. But it was my fault anyway. I'm a major klutz. And I drop everything, spill everything. And my iPad got wet one day. And it hasn't been the same since. And I also like kind of stepped on it. Like I make crochet items too, and I had a crochet needle that dropped on the floor. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of both of these in here. My crochet needle dropped on the floor, and as I was getting up, my iPad fell on top of it, unbeknownst to me. And when I put my foot down, crunch, crunch, there went the screen. But it was only like in one spot, so I was still able to, you know, make my videos and do editing and everything like that. But once the water got into it, it just went kaput, and it would not act right ever since. Like, I don't know if any of you have any iPads or whatever the case may be, but it's just like they make these things to drive you insane. I'm convinced. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm just gonna stick blend this up again. Sorry for the noise. But I want to get this color mixed in and try to thicken this up a little. So give me a minute. Looking kind of red, but I think it'll still work. It's like a mauve type of color. What color is that? I don't know. But you guys will get the gist. Maybe with just my luck, it'll lighten up some, hopefully. We'll see. Let's get all of this goodness out of here. Put this to the side again. Scrape these sides down on here. Mix it a little bit more. And I'm going to go get my mold. And then we'll finish mixing up the other two colors. I don't know what that is. Go like that. But yeah, so major disaster. We'll just lay that on its side. But anyway, like I was going to say before we were rudely interrupted by my stick blender trying to kill us all, it's been such a long time since I was able to speak with you guys. How is everybody doing? Do you like the channel? If you're new, did you like the channel trailer? I made that just for you guys, and I put a lot of effort into that. I'm not really like ultra computer savvy, but I try my best. So we're gonna pour this in here. I was about to say spill, but I'm crazy. We're gonna pour this in. Try to get everything out of here. We need every bit of this as possible. It's so weird for me to be sitting here or standing here doing a cold process soap. I'm like, I have no patience, so I hate waiting 6 weeks. I made actually a Castile soap, which will be available as soon as I put it on my Etsy account. So it's just pure olive oil. I didn't put any goat's milk, no coconut milk, nothing in it is in it. It's just olive oil and water. And it's been sitting since literally the beginning of this year. I let it cure and sit out for 9 months. So now it's finally available. I have to put it on my Etsy so that you guys can purchase it and try it out. And I've actually tried a couple of bars. One being at like the 6-month stage, and then the other probably, what was this? Like, just trying to get rid of any air bubbles. And then the other one, a little, maybe a few weeks ago. So kind of ish at the 9-month stage. So it was technically a baby that I created and gave birth to. And now it's a beautimous soap. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side, and we're going to get our next layers ready. And hopefully this will turn out super cute. And I think I'm going to actually use another mold for this part. Only because I really don't want to like mess up that, and this soap is going to be moldable, so I just want everything to work the best way possible. This is a soap dough recipe, so this should work out the way that I want it to. And once I mold it, and if it's not working the way that I want, then what I'll do is something else, but I'm still going to use it for this particular soap. So I really don't have to stick blend this part, but what I'm going to do is pour in a thin layer of the black as it comes out. Literally a thin layer, if you can see that. Just trying to tap it out so that every inch and corner of my mold gets a piece of black. I'm gonna scrape this off and wipe it down because I need to pour my yellow, but I don't want my yellow to break through my black. God, I can't believe summer is almost over. It's like, well, you might as well say it's over. Back to school next week for everybody. And my mom is sneaking in the kitchen like no one can see her. So, you know what, actually, I don't think it'll break through. So let me see. Just right on top of that. And you know what, even if it does, it'll still be cute. I'm just going to use my spoon to layer it on top, and it kind of, both parts kind of thickened up, so it's working in our favor. If you can see that, just have to move all this stuff out of the way. So I'm just going to try to like spread it out on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to be. Spread that out some. Try to get it in all the corners. I'm gonna come back in. Actually, I'll put the rest of the yellow on because much. In the corners, there we go. Spread it out a little more. I'm being really mellow, but you guys, like, you don't understand. Like, this soap is gonna be tray awesome. In my mind. I haven't done it yet, but my sketchboard and how I have it looking in my head is going to be like effing a tubular awesome, and like that's just how I feel about this soap, and that's why I'm using all these steps and going through all the motions to, you can't even see that, going through all the motions to put it together the way that, you know, I want it. So, you know, nobody's perfect but God, but I'm definitely trying to master this soap, this particular one. I'm really excited about the fall and winter seasons too, you guys. Like, I have so many different neat and new ideas, and I'm just glad that I can bring you guys a part of this journey with me. I'm going to scrape down, or push down rather, the sides so that all the yellow can be laid on top of the black. And try to get this last little bit, because again, I don't do cold process too often, and I really don't have time to be waiting to wash anything. I hear you cold processors on YouTube always complaining about cleaning out your containers. I really don't have that issue since mine is like already done, but you'll have that. And quite ironically, when I started making soap, I started out with melt and pour, and then I totally like skipped cold process and went straight to hot process. I mean, only because technically that's how our ancestors made soap, back in the day, literally, by cooking it. I mean, it was like cold process. Who has time to wait? Like, we have to bathe now. But I wanted to master that first. So now doing cold process soaps, which, you know, I've done a couple, is just not like my thing. But doing cold process soaps, you know, it's a little easier because, you know, you don't have to wait and whatever else have you. I figured I'd do the hard part first. That's just the type of person that I am. So I'm going to smack this so everything can be level. And now we're going to go in with the rest of the black that has been sitting here waiting on us. I'm just going to chop off that yellow. Hoping and praying none of this breaks through the yellow. I want clean lines. 2 layers of black, 1 layer of yellow. I'm just going to slide this back so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see it. My screen is pretty big for watching stuff. I'm not too sure about recording. But we're going to make this work. Another disaster. I told you it was a klutz. We're going to make this work until we don't have to make it work anymore. We're just going to do. So let me scrape out my little container. Trying to get as much of this black out as I possibly can. The top is not really going to matter as much as the bottom layer, and I could always flip it over to have it the way I need it. So we're just going to try to flatten this out smooth as possible, and I think that looks pretty cool. Get the rest off of here. Scrape it off the top. Alrighty, guys. So we're back. This is our second batch of soap dough, and this one is actually white palm oil, beef tallow, soybean oil, and coconut oil again. So once again, we're just going to burp this, and it's a pound of oils. Everything is room temp. Hopefully you can see all of what I'm doing, and we're just gonna toss in our lye. And stippling it up. Again, I'm sorry for the noise. We're just gonna go to emulsification, and we're gonna pour it off into our really red mica and our Sahara Gold and yellow vibrants from Nurture Soap. Now, all of this soap dough is going for the same soap. So I'm gonna try to make myself proud. Alrighty, close your ears. Turn it around so you can see. Hold it properly so I don't spill it. We already talked about the fact that I was a klutz. You've seen me drop 2 things already. It's not a pretty sight. to that. Just need a paper towel. And I'm going to, just like the last soap, pour some of this off in here. And this is, again, the really red mica from Nature Soap. And then we have Sahara Gold and Yellow Vibrance. And that better be enough for both of them. And then in this bucket, because unfortunately I ran out of titanium dioxide, and I'm used to doing natural soaps anyway, I'm just going to toss in some kaolin clay in this bucket. And usually for my hot process soaps, I've been using white kaolin clay anyway. And that also, if you guys didn't know, or if you wanted to try it, or if you didn't know it would be white enough, it actually gives off a white hue of its own. So, and it's actually pretty damn white, especially with the soaps that I whip, that I make hot process. And they're very, very white. So, just gonna blend this up, tip it over, put my stick blender over the kaolin clay. Try to trap it all. Please remind me, guys, the next time that I think I have a bright idea and only want to make a pound of soaps, don't use these big buckets. And each one of these colors, they have a bucket of their own, well, a mold of their own. So it's not really going to be a hassle. And see how white that is, if you can see it. But it's pretty white to not have any titanium dioxide. So we're going to mix the last two, stick blend those, and pour them in their molds, and then we'll be done. And I'm going to come back to you guys with the unmolding in about 24 hours. I'm going to try my best to insulate these. I actually have a stack from Essential Depot. From Essential Depot, and I'll cover one by one and actually put them in the stack on the soap rack and let them sit for 24 hours, and then I'll check them out. I'll chop it up and put them into little baggies, and then actually this is my own recipe, but I actually know the recipe for Sorcery Soaps soap dough. But I know she has a vegan one, but I don't. I just wanted to make my own. It's always good to make your own, but it was cool for her to offer that to people. So, I mean, if you don't want to make your own, you can always look at her recipe. And if you don't want to make it, period, you can always purchase it from her. So, I'm going to put this to the side. Actually, I need to jig this a little bit more. It's kind of frothy. It's looking like a milkshake down here. And I don't want a milkshake. I want soap balls. Tap that again. And this one is going to the side. Next up, have our other mold, and in this container, again, we have the Sahara Gold and the Yellow Vibrance Mica. And all these colorants that I'm naming and that I'm using are from Nurture Soap. So if you want to try any of these, you can. If you live in the United States, they actually ship for free once you spend $30. And they have pretty reasonable prices. And not the only people that I buy colorants from though, but I buy from them the most. And this might be a little too dark, so I'm going to add a little bit of clay in this one as well. Just going to grab like a pinch full. Very dainty. And I'm going to stick blend this one up. It's looking like a caramel color, but it'll work. It'll do, donkey. It'll do. Scrape the bottom of this, make sure I have everything. Pour this off into this container. Scrape it out. Waste not, want not. And if you ask me, partner, soaping is too expensive to waste any of it. You definitely, this is one hobby turned to business that if you don't actually love it, there's no point in doing it. I mean, if you want to sell anyway, it's no point in doing it if you don't love it, because it's very expensive, and starting out, it's not like you're gonna become a millionaire. Hell, you won't even become a thousandaire when you first start out. It depends, but tap that down, a little shake on the inside, which is not much, so I shouldn't have done that, but tap it down nonetheless. This is going to the side, and last but not least on the list, baby dolls, is our Really Red. Put that bucket to the side in here, and we're going to take this and mix this up. And this soap is like so perfect to work with at this point, because, well, obviously it's no fragrances or anything in there, so we don't know how it's going to act that way, but for the most part, it's been pretty well behaved. So, stick blend. And I do want it to be this blood red, by the way. Gorgeous. Look at that. Looks like a murder scene. haven't realized by now, I'm like a total horror freak, and I love it. I'm like so waiting for American Horror Story to start. Like, you don't even understand. I've been watching that series since day one. Evan Peters is my baby daddy in my mind, okay? He's super hot, and he can act his behind off. So we're going to take our murder red, and for the last bit in here, scrape this one out, and then we're going to be done. And I'll have to bring you guys back for the unmolding and the shaping of what I'm going to be using this soap dough for. So you've seen my video for cold process soap dough, hot process soap dough. This is my video for cold process soap dough, and I will see you guys for the unveiling of the cold process soap dough and showing you how pliable it is. I won't show you exactly what I'm making because, like I said, it's a mystery soap. So once I make the soap and I put it together and then we do the making of it and the cut, then I'll tell you guys what it is. Okay? Or actually we can do like a little guest station if you want. But at any rate, I just want to thank you all for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything and you're updated about further videos and what's going on with me. If you like to know, please follow me at BodyGarbage on Instagram. And we also have a Facebook page. We also have a Twitter account, Tumblr, Pinterest, you name it. Just look us up. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.